Why y'all saying Hasanabi? That nigga Hasanabi, like, is that how you call his name? That nigga hate me for some reason. Like,
no, I don't.
I actually fuck with his content.
No, I don't.
But I realize he's super surface level, and I realize he's only surface level because of how much content he has to, ingest and then react to. He's a reactor. I saw him react to
Wait, what? That's literally what he does. What? Wait, what? You're a reactor. What the fuck? At least I don't fall asleep while I'm reacting to the Drake album.
The content about the war in Chirac, and I saw him give very bold opinions about me and Adam 22, but he has zero understanding of rap culture. He has zero understanding of these communities, and he didn't even put himself to try to understand it. Because again, if you have a conversation with me, I've watched and I've been involved and like been the media for some of these communities for over 10 years. This nigga,
you being charitable, Asani, saying your take on him isn't personal. Yeah, I guess. What else does he have to say?
for like he watched a 10-minute video and the nigga was talking like definitively like, oh well, he's this, he's that. I'm like, bro, this is why I realized like you're just over here just getting views. I get what you're doing, but I respected you a little bit more because I've heard you speak on real political shit where it seemed like you had some knowledge.
Yeah, he's talking about, he's saying that he's probably seen stuff that I've talked about with respect to like white supremacy and shit like that. And he's like, oh, I like that. But when I turn around and say, DJ Akademiks, beyond the exact same things that I mentioned in that circumstance as well, where I said that content creators like DJ Akademiks and Adam 22 and other like non-political actors have a tendency to exacerbate forms of violence or whatever on the fucking ground. The reality is still and always will be that this is a product of the material conditions, okay? Violence on the streets, whether it be black communities or white communities, wherever, violence on the streets, especially violent crime, is a product of the socioeconomic conditions that people are facing, okay? That's my take, and that was my take, even when I was talking about DJ Akademiks.
Where you would have probably either invested that conversation into trying to figure out, okay, really what's what? And then once I realized how shallow his narrative and his discussion on it was, I was like, damn, like, bro.
Yeah, this is how I turn people into hate watchers.
I can't blame him because he's a nigga who has to literally react to a lot of content, and then you start to think about it. Does he have a team of?
I looked bad and you spoke on it, so we ain't cool. I mean, yeah, it's just. He's right. Your taste in music is ass, though. I have no taste in music. He's not wrong about that part. I mean, I do agree. I mean, yeah, but I'm not talking. When I talk about like gangs or when I talk about violence, when I talk about Chicago, I'm not talking about music. I don't think that music has that big of a role. Not. Music, as I said, even in my analysis of this, okay? Even in my analysis of like, DJ Akademiks' role or Adam 22's role in the violence in Chicago, my fucking take was the exact same. Music is a mirror, okay? Culture is a reflection of the realities that people experience on the ground, okay? You can clean that mirror all you want, but if what is bouncing back from that mirror is still bad, then that's still going to continue. And the reality is that no matter how you try to clean music or no matter how you try to claim that like, music is exacerbating violence, the reality is material conditions are the main reason for that violence to exist in the first place. So you have to get these communities out of that cycle of economic violence, cycle of economic oppression. That's it. Do video games cause violence? Do you think video games is responsible for school shootings and violence? In this community, I doubt that anyone's going to say yes right now. You're only saying yes because you want to either fuck shit up and troll, or you're saying yes because, you know, you're a fucking idiot, okay? There's no evidence. As a matter of fact, there's only evidence to the contrary. The impact that the art that you consume on your day-to-day experience and your actions is marginal, okay? What is far more consequential is the dire economic circumstance. What is this? Okay.
Of researchers? Does he have a team of people who are in these communities, whatever, really giving them the nuanced perspectives? I get to realize, no, he's someone who's kind of trying to, I won't say virtue signal. This nigga looked at it.
Bro, this is so funny. Like I said, man, again, I remember this conversation. I remember watching the Channel 5 video, and I remember my takes on it. And my takes straight up were far beyond DJ Akademiks. Like, I literally said on that video time and time again, I don't know what got cut out of it or whatever, but time and time again, I mentioned that it's not the music, it's not the cultural commentators, although they do have the capacity to you know, hyper focus on things or cover it in a certain light that you know, that do not help. Let's see.
For like, he watched a 10-minute video. This a bit more because I've heard you speak on real political shit where it seemed like you had some knowledge where you would have probably either invested that conversation into trying to figure out, okay, really what's what. And then once I realized how shallow his narrative and his you know, discussion on it was, I was like, damn, like, bro. And I can't blame him because he's a nigga who has to literally react to a lot of content. And then you start to think about it. Does he have a team of researchers? Does he have a team of people who are in these communities, whatever, really giving them the nuanced?
I mean, dude, I literally talked about, again, systemic reasons for why crime happens in certain neighborhoods, in certain places. If you consider that to be a shallow take, if you consider like Gramscian analysis on culture and its you know, it's often overrepresented impact on fucking actual real world consequences, I don't know why you think that's shallow.
Like, he's someone who's just reacting to shit. So I kind of lost off him a little bit with that because I'm like, I thought he was well thought out of. The other nigga who I do listen to in the political realm, I'll be honest with you, Tim Pool, I don't see.
He said Hasan. Okay, well that's it. I hear that and I'm like, oh, I get it.